Hey guys, we are so excited to bring you another team. Today we are with Vinny and Amber. I'm Emma.
I'm Evie.
And I'm Adam.
And welcome back to the Tar Pit Podcast. So, can you guys introduce yourselves? How do you know each other and how you guys decide to be a team on the show?
Yeah, so my name is Amber Craven, and this is Vincent Kagungun. We actually met in grad school, so we're both certified registered nurse anesthetists, and that's kind of how we met. We started off as friends, didn't know each other at all before grad school. He kind of approached me first and wanted to start hanging out, studying together, and then our relationship kind of developed from there.
Great. And so what led you guys to go onto the show and decide to be a team and that kind of stuff?
So we actually, we received a message back in 2021 from a casting producer. We knew the show. Vincent grew up watching the show, but she reached out to us on Instagram and was like, I think you guys would be an amazing couple to go on the race together.
Well, what's funny about that story is that when we first got that message, we thought it was some type of spam or something because, you get those random messages on Instagram.
And I was very pessimistic about it. I was like, oh, it's not real. Like, there's no way we're going to be on the Amazing Race, and I kind of was doubting it, I guess.
But then once we realized that we were had the chance to get on the race, we were just like, oh my gosh, this would help our relationship in so many ways. This would be really such a cool experience, right? Like there's not many people that are able to even say that they've done the Amazing Race. It's something like 101 out of 800 or 900 people.
750 contestants have ever done the race. So it was just an opportunity that presented itself. And he taught me that you have to let the opportunity say no for you. You do not ever say no to an opportunity like that. So that was a huge, learning lesson for me, because I would have just been like, no, I'm not even going to try to do this. It's not real. And he's like, no, we should totally reach back out and go through the process. So disclaimer, we applied for season 34. And we went through the process. We got to the producer interviews or directors.
And then it was radio silence and we didn't hear anything. And then months later, we went through our grieving process.
It was really sad. It kind of tore us up. And then our casting producer reached back out to us for season 35 and was like, hey, would you guys be interested in interviewing again? And I was like, well, yeah, but not if you plan on breaking our hearts again. So,
well, long story short, this whole process has been a
3-year journey. So, yeah.
Wow.
That is a long time. Wow, that's really crazy. And it's interesting hearing the spectrum because we interviewed with another team and it sounds like their process went very quickly. Just to hear the spectrum of how long it takes people to make it to the show. So in the past, though, when you have watched the show, who have been some of your favorite teams?
Oh,
hands down for me, it's Colin and Christy. One, the relationship piece to that, when in season 5, when they were just at each other, not really operating as a good team. They're very young. And during those times, right, it was a much different social standard, if you will. And then to see them in
31, I think, yeah.
Yeah, season 31, and to see that growth. And that was really the piece for me, is that in this whole thing, you can only grow so much. And it's all based off of your exposure. What are you doing that's outside of your comfort zone? And
you're put in these high stress situations, and it's really it tests you in every dimension, physically, mentally, emotionally. And I didn't realize that until you're actually on the show. And when you're you can sit there and watch it on TV and be like, oh, that's so easy. I would have been able to do that, or I would never act like that on TV. You really don't know until you're put in that situation.
The pressure is so different. It's
and
so
you
different.
can only prepare so much.
Absolutely.
But so that's also one of my favorite teams. But I also liked season 25, mainly because of the cast. I absolutely loved the dentist, the scientist, Bethany and Adam. Like, it was just the most wholesome cast
Like
that they've ever had.
Either one of them.
Yeah.
You're rooting for either one of these.
I'm happy with all the top three contestants, and just having Maya and Amy win was just like, oh, the underdogs. They were so underestimated, and they really just showed that, female teams can win.
Don't underestimate anybody.
Don't underestimate anyone. So I really loved that season for sure.
Yeah. I really like those teams too. So you guys said you've been watching for a little bit now. So what kinds of talents or skills do you think helped you on the race?
So like I said before, we're both certified registered nurse anesthetists. So we're in the medical field. We have to have really good attention to detail. It's required of our job, and our patients' lives really depend on that. So I think just being nurses, going through the rigorous program of anesthesia school, and just, I don't know, being in the operating room and having to keep our patients alive while they're under anesthesia, like that was a huge advantage for us in the race.
Right. Attention to detail and being able to take notes, like being very good at taking notes and paying attention to all these different things. What were the colors of those flags? Where were they? What challenge was after what and in what sequence? For me, I think it's more about the most balanced teams are the ones that hands down win.
For sure. Like Vincent is very handy. He can put together anything without any instructions. Things come naturally to him when it comes to, I don't know, skills.
Right. But then when you talk about like the memory, my memory is really not that good compared to yours. And so having that balance of like throughout the entire race for Amber and I, like we said in the very beginning, Amber, you're going to make the choices for us, and I'm going to support what we choose to do. So because we knew our strengths and our weaknesses, and we kind of try to balance those as the team. So I took care of,
the
physical things, and Amber took care of all the mental things.
Yeah.
And it played well.
Nice. Okay, so Evie wants to mix up our Meet the Team interviews a little bit now, and you're the first one that we're doing with us with. So she wants to do a quick round of Would You Rather.
Ooh, I like this. Okay.
Would you rather drive a stick shift or an automatic?
Oh, automatic for sure.
Automatic.
Would you rather do an early morning challenge or a late night challenge?
Early morning.
As early as it gets.
We both wake up at like 4 a.m. every day, so definitely early.
And we're in bed by 7.
Yes.
Would you rather have a leg of all detours or a leg of all roadblocks?
Detours.
Hands down, detours.
I don't know. I felt so insecure when I was doing the roadblocks. Like, I almost kind of felt like something was missing because I didn't have you by my side, and I don't know, it's just like all you, and all the pressure is on you, whereas a detour is kind of like we can kind of like share the failure. Share the stress.
So what kinds of things did you guys do to prepare for the show?
Oh my Lord, did we prepare?
We actually had to write down the list of things that we've done. We've done so much.
I think the first thing we started doing was working on our physical strength and endurance. So we ran at least 3 miles every day. He ran with the backpack. We only had one backpack. And then we started incorporating like biking, going upstairs, kayaking.
We signed up for like special gyms so that we could do like Zumba classes and
swimming. We swam laps.
Oh my goodness. We did rock climbing, indoor rock climbing to learn. We actually went to Ireland and learned how to drive on the other side of the road in a stick shift. So
like
that
we requested a stick shift from the rental company so that we could practice. I also tried, and then we realized like, okay, Amber's not going to be the driver. Vincent's going to drive and Amber's going to navigate.
but she's never seen a map or used a map in her life. So we actually signed up for a REI class so that we could use a compass and navigate a map.
Exactly. I think we were in Boston during this time, but we got a map of Boston and we picked 3 main locations, and we had to like get there without using any GPS. We timed ourselves to see how long it would take, and then I think that one time we actually pretended like Phil was at some
we're like quick get to the map. We ran all the way up.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, we did role playing also to try to make sure we knew. I mean, the apps. What about the games?
We did 2 escape rooms, and then I got that app where we did the flags.
She knew every flag. Didn't you know capitals of every?
I started studying capitals, but I didn't get all of it, and then I studied like the geographical region, so I knew what continent each country was in and stuff like that.
I broke out my toolbox. I mean, I disassembled furniture, not like the IKEA furniture that has like 3 steps. It's like the ones that break down really into tiny little pieces, and had Amber put it back together, learning how to use all the different power tools.
Yeah, I mean, anything that we saw in the race, we were like, I think one time we even made a rice hacky sack. Remember?
Oh, and the rice
with in the Ziploc bag.
And then it exploded everywhere while we were kicking it around.
So yeah, we prepared a lot.
I mean, like we said earlier, this has been a 3-year process. So we feel like we were the most prepared team in the entire cast.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a lot. Those are all great ideas, though. I really like that. That's cool. So if you were asked back after your experience for an all-star season, would you guys do it?
I don't know. We've kind of talked about that. It depends on where we're at in life, I think, because we're kind of at this point where marriage and having kids is in the near future. So it depends, I guess, the timing, right?
Yeah, right. If the all-star season is kind of like Colin and Christy, right before they have their big responsibilities in life, like kids, house,
it's like later adult
life,
like
in a handful of years, and you kind of have your kids kind of grown up, kind of like you guys are, and then we'd be on the show. I think that would be rad. I would love to do that. So yeah,
I couldn't imagine being away from my kids for a month. That might be hard.
Yeah, that would be hard.
Kids, so.
Could you imagine?
So yeah, I think it just depends on the timing.
Yeah, that's a good answer. I like that. That's a realistic answer. I like it.
Yeah. So after your last episode airs, we would love to have you back. Could you come back to do a deeper dive into your experience of season 36?
Absolutely. We would love to.
There's probably nothing. When you ask like that.
I know. You can't.
Goodness gracious. I love it. Yeah, absolutely. We would love to come back.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
So how can fans keep up with you guys now? Do you guys have any social media or any projects that you're working on that you want people to know about?
Yeah, so we have Instagram. My Instagram handle is Amber_CRNA. And then what's your Instagram handle?
Mine is Vinny 2 Guns for Vincent Kagungun. Vinny 2 Guns _. We also actually have a YouTube we've just recently posted our recent packing video.
So we actually started doing YouTube for The Amazing Race because we knew that we wanted to do recaps and stuff. So that's kind of why we started that
that
channel.
Handle is called This Is It, This is Dream Team.
This is Dream Team.
Yep. And you also have a TikTok, don't you?
I do have a TikTok. It's Amber_CRNA also, I think.
So on most social media platforms, we are active and engaged.
Yes.
Oh, nice. Thank you. And people can find you that way. That's really cool. Well, thank you guys so much, and we really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love that you guys are doing this. I feel like it's really cool to see a family doing a podcast together. It's really awesome.
It's really inspiring for the young ones to do that, and it's you guys.
So good for you. Yeah, so keep doing it.
Nice.
Yeah, very inspiring. I love that. Thank you for including us and having given us the opportunity.
No, of course. Thank you so much for doing this. We really appreciate it. Yeah, we became big fans, super fans, I guess, during the pandemic, like a lot of people did, because you're binging it, and we went back tons of seasons on Paramount Plus, and then when they released 35, which was actually 36, we found out, we decided, Emma decided she wanted to try a podcast since so many families we learned were watching it together. And so it's kind of cool, and we did it, and it kind of took off a little bit, and so it's really neat.
Oh
yeah, keep it up. Keep doing it.
That's so
great.
inspiring.
Yeah.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
Very family friendly too.
Yeah, thanks. Well, have a great day, you guys. And then hopefully we'll see you guys again soon as the season winds down.
Or not soon.
Or not.
Or not soon.
Yeah, not
Right?
too
'Cause we
soon.
can't
Let's
get
put it
back-
that way. Yeah, right.
Not too soon.
I see what you did there.
All right. Well,
have a
thank
great
you.
day, guys.
Have a great
Bye.
weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye.